I haven't been super public about it because I didn't feel really comfortable talking about it. I don't know. I feel like in any industry or any type of expert that you may feel like you are, you should lead by example. I had really bad back issues for 2 years, more than 2 years, like excruciating pain, chronic pain. I went through medication. I went through considering surgery. What else? It was a really difficult time in my life, and I suppose I didn't really feel like talking about it because I wasn't out of the woods yet, but I am happy to say that I am. It was a car accident that initiated most of the pain and discomfort. So I had a bulging disc, L4, L5. Some of you may be able to relate to this. I feel like a lot of people have lower back pain, but it was a difficult time, and I'm part of these different groups, and I hear people's stories, and I feel so bad for them because when you're in a situation like that, you feel like there's no way out, and you feel like no one can help you, and you feel isolated and alone, scared for your health and for your future. For me, there's at one point in time I was laid up for almost a week. I literally couldn't get out of bed. I was fortunate to have Dorothy taking care of me, feeding me and helping me out in many different ways. But I feel like I'm ready to talk about that now. And not only that, but I want to help people improve their back pain, because I feel like in many situations we feel like we're stuck in life and there isn't a way out. So I've been working really hard at putting together some of the methods, like writing down and talking about, and Dorothy's been helping put something together, an actual program together to help people with lower back and understand that you don't have to deal with lower back pain. It doesn't have to be chronic. I haven't had lower back pain for quite some time now, and I was really at a dark time in my life where I thought I was always going to have back pain, and I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to play with our little guy, or I wasn't going to be able to work out properly anymore. So a lot of that happened, and I feel like I tried everything. I tried different modalities. I tried everything, absolutely everything. And the things that worked for me, I feel like can work for other people. So we've put together a program for you guys. It's going to be in a private group. It's going to be a module format, so you can go in and it's going to say module 1, which would be day 1, and you click on that, you can watch a video. We're going to have PDFs for you. We're going to have information on what you can do for day 1, and then you're going to have day 2. So you're going to follow a step-by-step process. So this is a slightly different format that we're excited about trying. And there's going to be people in there that all have similar chronic pain, lower back issues, maybe trying to get off medication, like I successfully was able to. And then I'm going to jump in there for some live Q&As too to help out with that. Did you have anything to add? Or just listening?
No, just maybe that it's not like a 7-day program, voila, you're fixed. It's a 7-day program to teach you tools and how to kind of take charge or take action towards your own healing, rather than trying to rely on other modalities or other figures or right?
Other practitioners.
Yeah.
It could be medication. So I'm in multiple groups, and I listen to people every day. I read comments and questions and concerns, and then I read some of the things that people have been. It's basically research. I've just been researching and listening to people's concerns, and there's such a wide array of back issues that people deal with. But I really feel like I've tried absolutely everything I could possibly think of, and fortunately, I was able to get out, like pull myself out. And I feel like a lot of people feel like there's no hope, and they're looking for external sources, whether that's practitioners or medication or surgery. And I'm just going to show you in a program what I was able to do. And it's not like it's magic. When I actually wrote in this group, a couple groups I was in, like, hey guys, there's hope, trying to be inspirational, like you can do this. And everyone's like, what's your secret, or what's your magic pill? And I'm like, there's none. I put in a ton of time and effort and work for my own health and my own healing. And I feel like anyone could do that. And I read books, and I have tons of resources to share, and I feel like that's a big avenue, or a serious avenue, where a lot of people are struggling with chronic pain, and they can really use some help with that. So it doesn't have to be just lower back. It could be chronic pain in other areas of your body that could possibly help. But you know what I was thinking just this morning, that people think an ice bath is crazy, or people think supplementation is crazy, but in most cases we're damaging on our body on a regular basis, but we do such little maintenance. Like we're not stretching, we're not rolling, we don't have a massage gun. Like we do very little maintenance, if any at all, and we think that our bodies should perform at optimal levels. Like we should, like, I don't know why I'm not sleeping, and then the foods that you're eating are inflammatory, and we're watching action movies at night, and we have stimulants going in our body, whether that's refined sugar or processed food, and then we're not sleeping, and we don't connect the two. So I'm going to talk about nutrition and some of the tools that I've used, and some of the mindful things that I've tried. And a lot of them have worked, and it's a whole package. It's a whole package deal. So I don't feel like it's going to be one thing that's going to really change someone's life. And like Dorothy said, it's not going to be 3 or 4 days. It takes time to get your body to understand that it can be healed. It is possible. And if you put in that work, it's going to happen.
Well, it's been like a year for you, right?
For what?
Putting in the work.
Yeah. I think it was about 2.5 years ago the car accident happened. Initial car accident happened, and then it was probably 6 months of I could hardly walk. Like I couldn't bend down. I was on and off medication. Like medication was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. And I do I can sympathize with people that feel like they need that, and some people need medication and they don't plan on getting off it. That's fine. Like everyone has to make their own decisions, but it just wasn't for me. I wasn't motivated. I couldn't sleep at night, and then I was falling asleep during the day. I couldn't work properly, and I really sympathize for people that feel they can't get out of that world. So because I was kind of there, and Dorothy and I will share some entertaining stories with you in that group. She'll crack you up a couple times. But that'll be a bit more open and honest about what I went through, and then what we did to get me out of that, and where I am now. And I'm fully functional. I live a regular lifestyle of working out every day and eating the proper foods and pain-free, which is what everyone really wants.
Driving yourself around.
Driving around.
Not in the back seat.
I couldn't sit up. I could not sit up in the car. So one time Dorothy's like, "We gotta get out of the house." So I basically curled up in a ball in the back seat. I couldn't even see out the window.
You couldn't see out the window. Yeah.
So nice you can
now, but it was quite journey.
It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrifying. But like I said, I feel like I went through that for a reason, and maybe that reason is to help other people get out of that. So we're going to put together a program. That program is going to be, we're going to start announcing that to the public. That's going to be $49.99. We're going to start a regular group, just a regular private group. We're going to offer you guys a ton of information, a ton of resources. I was looking around, and some people are selling these types of programs for thousands of dollars. And I almost feel like I don't feel like it's right. It's almost people are preying on weak or injured or people in pain, and charging them thousands of dollars for programs that maybe possibly can't help them, but they're going to break the bank to do that. So I feel like we'll get to a point where we'll see how it goes, but I feel like we'll get to a point where this may be a couple $100 instead of a couple thousand, but still this beta version is going to be $50 at full price. I'm so excited to try something new and go down a different avenue and to help people at a deep level.
And it's still going to be us, there'll be some serious components, but we'll be in there joking around and laughing and having a good time.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Well, that's what we do. So it's not going to change who we are. It's just going to be slightly different, be quite a bit different information with a different angle of what we're going to be doing or teaching. We want a pill. that's just life. It's the world we live in. We want a pill, powder, or potion to fix our problems, and it doesn't happen. It's not the root of the issue. I feel like I could still be on medication if I wanted to, if I didn't put in the time and effort and try, like, I turned over every single rock I could possibly think of. And if I didn't do that, I probably would have been on medication still, which is fine, but you just have to understand, like, there's long-term damage when it comes to long-term medication, and people don't want to look at that. Like, they don't want to see that, and we only see what we want to see in most cases, right? And I feel like a lot of people don't like medication. They just don't know another avenue, or they don't know another way to cope or to get off them. So it's so easy. It's so, especially in Canada, like maybe in the US you have a big bill if you're buying meds, if you don't have proper care, but like we're still paying for that. I don't think people realize, like, you're paying your taxes, you're paying into the system. So you're not getting the meds for free, but in many cases they're at a low cost coming out of your pocket. So it's pretty easy, especially when you go to the doctor and the doctor's like, is handing, before you even finish your sentence, they're handing you meds. And I'm not against medication in any way. I feel like there's a time and place for it. I also feel like there's another avenue that we could and probably should explore. But that's the thing, is like, so if I ever go in and see the doctor, I would say I don't want medication. What's a different option? And they usually don't know, because that's what they're trained in, right? Like, that's what they went to school for. But I'm not here to bash doctors. They do an amazing job. They have a very difficult job. Usually they have they're slammed with work, and there's lineups out the door, and people are there's a lot of pressure on them. People are expecting them to save their lives, fix them, right? And that's the problem, is that people show up and have no initiative to do anything. Like, they don't want to do anything themselves. They just want to go see a physician and get some medicine. And a lot of times you need both. You need exercise and fitness to help the medication work. So there's a lot of pressure on doctors to be like, here's a pill, I hope it works, you know? So I'm not blaming them by any means. So at any rate, it's going to be a blast, though. It's going to be fun. We're going to have new information that you guys haven't heard from us before. We're going to have new stories that you haven't heard from us before. I'm going to be 100% transparent and open and honest about everything that I went through. Some stories are going to be funny now, and some are going to be scary, probably. But I feel like a lot of people are going to be able to relate to just sitting. My gosh, I couldn't even sit, and then standing was painful. So I often laid on the hardwood floor, because that was the only thing that would relieve pain at certain times. $49.99 is a great price to learn a bunch of information that we're going to be sharing about not just lower back pain, but chronic pain in general, and body maintenance, which will include flexibility and setting proper routines and getting yourself headed in the right direction to just feel better about yourself. Thank you guys so much. Have a nice evening.
Bye, everyone.